Hey, buddy, welcome to Beyond the Bell. I'm Andrew Zarian. Of course, I'm joined by the one, the only, Rich Stambolian. How you doing, Rich?
Wow, what's up, everybody? What's up, man?
Welcome back. We were off last
Thank
week.
you.
You were away.
I was sick on Tuesday.
Where'd you go, to Stars Hollow? You went to the Gilmore Girls, right?
I went to the Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
I was sick on Tuesday, and then the rest of the week I was in Salem, Massachusetts, and let me tell you, what a great damn time we had there. We did all the spooky stuff. We went to the Salem Night Fair, and it was incredible. I sent you pictures. I sent you like all those pictures of goblins I took.
And I love that. You sent me. I was around goblins this weekend, but that's a whole separate story. Whole separate
different
story.
goblins.
We'll talk about that too. Different goblins.
Horny goblins.
Horny, yeah, very horny goblins. I was really living vicariously through you because you kept sending it, and I was like, oh my god, this looks so awesome. I had two other friends go to Salem this week.
Okay.
And they all love it. Like, they get all into it, and they're like, it's the coolest freaking place.
It's a really, you'd love it. The kids would love it. It's a very cool little town. It's super walkable. All the food is good. Everybody's super effing chill. And not once did we hear any kind of loud noise. No police sirens. No construction. Nothing. It was just like everything's quiet. Everybody's happy. It was nice.
That's awesome.
It's the witches.
I was in Edison, New Jersey at an undisclosed event, which we'll talk about on Friday on Mat Men.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's something. There were a couple. I saw a couple of wrestlers.
Were they signing or were they just walking around?
Some were walking around. Some were just signing.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it on Friday. Little teaser for our show on Friday. A lot of pro wrestling this weekend, as always. I don't know where I want to begin because do you want to start off with, let's talk about this. The current state of pro wrestling.
Sure.
It has gotten really wonky. It really has.
In what way? Okay, in what regard?
Okay.
Let's dissect this.
The status quo that has existed for years in professional wrestling. There's a certain way things operate. There's a certain thing that things that happen. It is all out the window. This has become since the TKO, since Vince, right? Since the Vince stepping down and the lawsuit, which we still don't have a resolution to, and I'm actually very surprised by that. The Janelle Grant lawsuit and he got ousted from his own company and he's gone.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of the shift over, really.
Yeah.
And the current state now, this TKO era of WWE and AEW, Warner Media possibly merging and being bought again, and TV rights and what's happening with TNA and the TNA relationship with NXT. It is really wacky.
Oh yeah, it's all over the place. And plus, like even the stuff that AEW is doing, Ring of Honor, we have the upsurgence of Spanish federations now kind of being featured prominently on American television,
which I love,
CMLL
by the way,
and AAA, which is awesome.
Okay, you know what's the coolest part? And I don't know if it's like that for you too. If American wrestling, obviously, North American wrestling is obviously the premiere for me because that's where I live and that's what I've consumed. Right. Japanese wrestling for me was the hyper obsession of my youth.
Yeah. Sure.
So I never, and obviously I know Lucha Libre, I know the history of CMLL and AAA, and I'm just not. It wasn't something that I regularly consumed. So it's now all new to me, in a weird way, and I'm enjoying it a lot. That it's
fun
new thing. It's fun for me. I'm enjoying it. Are you feeling the same way?
I'm feeling the same way. I think there's so much wrestling content. This is like a big no-duh, but there's so much wrestling content out there. As a fan, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the time we're in. And also, if you separate yourself from social media, you don't get sucked into the tribalism, which I feel like is like the biggest detriment to enjoying wrestling in 2025 is going online and seeing every single dummy talk about what's wrong and why X, Y, and Z is better than whatever you want to put on the other side.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's super entertaining. Like, even like, listen, like we both have our complaints about WWE as far as like presentation goes, but at the end of the day, it's still super entertaining, It's something that we both enjoy watching. Although sometimes it could be a little long in the tooth, like sometimes those WWE shows, like I can't get through like a 3-hour.
I feel
Raw
you.
or SmackDown,
I feel you. And that really comes down to a very simple thing. You have to view this in a different lens, right?
Yes.
We consume wrestling very differently, and it's and at times we're not watching it as a fan. I watch it because I got to talk about it, and I don't necessarily think that's a healthy way of watching content.
Yeah.
With that said, I have been enjoying WWE a little bit more than usual. Again, they have a lot of positives. I'm very curious about the CM Punk and Jey Uso stuff. Obviously, we have a title up for grabs, and everything else that's happening. I think the landscape really changed over the last 5 years. Like you want to have like a breakpoint moment. It was probably the pandemic that kind of turned everything upside down.
Yeah,
and where this is the offshoot of it, where there's no more Ring of Honor. It's a AEW pet project. Their TNA is on hiatus now, and I have no idea what's happening there. We're waiting on a TV deal, but they have the WWE relationship. MLW is on its own island. New Japan has plummeted as far as popularity goes.
Yeah.
And now we have this big boom of Mexican wrestling happening, which is very interesting.
It's super interesting, and I also think that we're also going to enter like this other phase of what we're consuming as far as who's going to jump where. I do feel like we're on the cusp of that. Like we're on the cusp of that. Like, okay, is Jericho back in WWE? Is he staying in AEW? What happened with Andrade? Who's going to jump ship from one company to another? I think we're very close to that point, where people can ply their craft everywhere. And that stuff always makes it more interesting for me. I think I can speak for you when I say that, where it's like, imagine if, give me an example from WWE, AJ Styles, right? AJ Styles is gone, right? Retires. All of a sudden next year, he's like the Joker in an AEW, whatever, the poker card,
whatever it is.
Match or whatever. I always forget the name of it, their version of whatever the Royal Rumble is, right? He's the last entrant.
Casino Battle Royale.
Casino Battle Royale, right? AJ Styles wins, blah, blah, blah. Great. Or you have somebody who you like an MJF. Like, could an MJF show up in WWE? Surprise entrant in the Rumble at one point. I think we're almost there. And that is very exciting for me.
By the way, at the top of the hour, we have Curtis Lewa and Zorhan Mondani coming in to talk about professional wrestling and leading up to the mayoral election here.
Let me tell you something about New York City.
He's the king of the sewers, man.
That's all I hear from Curtis. I can't believe he was in your neighborhood the other day.
He's here every day. You have no. Do you know how often I run into Curtis? Like a
lot.
Like you have no. I think so. I posted a picture of the Big Boss Man. Okay.
Yeah.
In the Guardian Angels game, and everybody thought it's like Curtis Lewa, and they're like, "Oh, are you really endorsing him?" I'm like, who am I to endorse anybody? First of all,
right.
I'm just a resident. I'm voting. I'm not endorsing anybody. I think they all three suck. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, including the current mayor. He sucks. I'm not endorsing anybody. I am voting. I'm not going to tell anybody who I'm voting for. But I am heavily tickled by Curtis Lewa because he is a New York lunatic. You want to know what a native New Yorker looks like and acts like? It's Curtis Lewa.
Oh my God!
But I see him every day.
He's always on, for some reason, he's always around Bell Boulevard. And then the last time he was like, "Hey, kiddo, do you want to know how to fake your own kidnapping?"
That's what he said to me. You know what he did? He held his finger up like this to my back. He goes, I was shot 15 times by the Gambino family in 1992 in a limousine driven by a taxi driver. I'm like, Curtis, you told me this multiple times. I know.
Also, for people who don't know who this lunatic is, this guy has run for mayor 47 times. Has never ever won in New York City.
Yeah. This is it's, and then you have, not, and you also have, I'm not a pervert. I'm just Italian American. Low energy. Andrew Cuomo running. By the way, all these lunatics are from Queens, Yes. Cuomo's from Queens, Mondani's from Queens, or he resides in Queens or represents Queens. Curtis Lewa is God knows where. He'll show up. You say his name 3 times, he just appears. He's in my neighborhood.
I think
Me and Rich, dude, I can't tell you. I see him like 4 times a month. Every week, once a week, I run into him, and we give each other like a pound.
I think much like the Ninja Turtles, Sliwa uses a series of interconnected sewer tunnels to get around. That's why he's everywhere all the time.
Yeah. And he just
hops down to the sewer and pops out.
He has 17 cats. He was married to Melinda Katz, which is, I wonder if he married her because of the name. Melinda Katz is our district attorney here in Queens.
I think that's insane, by the way, because she was borough president at one point.
Was she borough president?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yes, I believe so.
You know who I know? Marty Markowitz. He was borough president in Brooklyn. That's the only one I know, years and years ago, because of the Howard Stern show. Marianne from Brooklyn used to call in and start screaming about Marty Markowitz all the time. All right, let's get back to wrestling. Actually, you want to know the wrestling tie? Actually, Madani is a wrestling fan. Okay,
he is. He's a big AEW guy.
Yeah, he's a big AEW guy.
He was at both Grand Slams apparently.
Yes, and Curtis Sliwa, his wrestling tie-in was obviously the Guardian Angel gimmick in WCW, but also he was married to Lisa Evers.
Okay.
Lisa Evers was well known within the 90s hip hop scene. Because she was on, was it BLS? Could have been BLS. But she also was like on the ground reporter, like a Penny Crone, like a local reporter here.
Ooh, classic
who
name.
Also trained to become a professional wrestler. She was a wrestler, and she was the Guardian Angel.
Fascinating. Also, Curtis Lewa looks like a guy who would definitely hang out with Captain Lou Albano.
Oh yeah, they were boys. Have to be. What did he say to Zorhan in the thing? He goes, "Don't be glazing me, Zorhan."
Yeah, what a little, I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell's happening. I don't care. Did you see real quick? Did you see that that AI video of Cuomo window washing? It's wild. He's like, I'm a regular New Yorker. I'm the everyman, and it cuts to AI him on I'm not kidding, on a building. And he's window washing, and then he looks at the camera with that that ghoulish Pazuzu head.
Yeah. You know, someone that we know very well, okay, could have been married into that family.
Yes, I've heard the story 17,000 times.
17,000 times. Yes. All right, let's
Bob, if you're listening, don't tell me that story anymore.
Yeah. Uncle Bob will tell you the story again, endlessly. It's fantastic. All right, let's talk about this. Monday Night Raw last night. It was a eventful evening because I was back and forth watching the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And I woke up at one point and I thought it was a replay of the game. And I'm like, what inning? I'm like, first of all, I was like, what time is it? What inning is it? And I looked at the time. It was like it was like 2:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I look and I'm like, oh my God, it's the fucking 18th inning.
18th inning, man.
John Alba had to,
stuff.
John Alba covers it for SNY, and he posted that as he's getting ready to go on the air at 4 a.m. with the recap, the morning crew's coming in and prepping.
Yeah, that sucks for him.
Yeah, that was a
part of the job,
very eventful night. But listen, it's the World Series, man. I love it. I freaking love it.
Yeah. Are you rooting for the Jays or for the Dodgers?
I'm rooting for the Dodgers.
Okay.
I'm America. It's about America.
I
gotta represent the United States. Joe Pearl with your Blue Jays. I had an invite on Saturday to go to the game on Saturday. One of my clients was going to the game, and he's like, "Hey, if you can make it here by this time, you could catch a ride with us."
You should have gone.
I should have gone. I couldn't though. I couldn't this weekend.
Would have been fun.
Yeah. Monday Night Raw last night.
Yeah.
CM Punk, Jey Uso faced off. What do you make of this? What do you think?
Listen, I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on Jey again. I think this is leading up to getting that title.
I feel like he should. Okay. I felt like he should have when he came in. He is mega popular. Okay.
He's a very popular boy.
Who is the most over? Okay, here's a great question for the audience, including our world-renowned, award-winning podcast producer, MG Geek. Who is the most over guy in WWE? I'm not going in the women's side, just the men's.
I don't think he's paying attention.
He died.
I like how you threw to him,
Yeah.
and then he was like, "Uh-huh."
That's too controversial of a question.
He just went, "Uh-huh."
I'm perplexed at the moment.
He nodded in agreement at the monitor, and then that was it. You people can't see him, but I thought it was very funny.
I think it's still Cody, guys.
You think it's Cody? Still?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though he hasn't been on TV as much.
See, I'm not counting Roman. I'm not counting Roman.
Yeah.
Roman is a special tier. He's an S tier. Like, even like The Rock, Roman, Brock Lesnar, I would all put in that S tier right now.
I would agree with the Cody thing, but I feel like Cody still has a little bit of that thing where the crowd could turn on him.
Isn't that interesting? Dude, you took it right out of my mouth. That's the thing. Yeah. Like, he's obviously over. He's obviously the guy. He's fantastic. But the crowd kind of like he could do one thing wrong and it's like an FU chant will start. You know what I mean? I don't know why. He's always been like that, though.
Yeah, he's got that thing where, like, I feel like the crowd could turn on him. CM Punk at this point, I think he's a made guy. No crowd is going to turn on him. As soon as they hear that music and he cuts a promo, unless he wants to turn heel, he's got everybody in the palm of his hand.
Unless he turns heel. I agree with you. But I think this would be the time. He's, obviously there was a little bit of nervousness with him when he came in. You don't know what kind of headspace he's going to be in. You don't know if it's going to be another same old with him. Unfortunately, he got hurt very early on, but he's been a breeze.
Is he going to play ball? I think that was the big worry. Is he going to...
He seems to be, yeah.
He seems to be, definitely. And also, like, when you did you watch that Netflix behind the scenes thing?
I haven't, no.
It's really good, right? And when you watch it, you kind of you don't get too much, but you get enough. And you get enough of him interacting with people, the roster, where you're like, wow, he seems like a really nice, genuine guy, which is not the narrative that was fed to you from his time in AEW, right?
But listen, I know people that they go to work somewhere and they turn into a fucking monster and they hate it and they're the worst of the worst and they go somewhere else and it is night and day. So, he's always had a chip on his shoulder. He's always had an upward climb. He was not a body guy. He was not the chosen one. The crowd, he was the chosen one for the people, for the audience. But, he's had that his entire career. And now he finally feels like he is the legend that he wanted to be.
Which is awesome. And also, like, that era of when he came up in, there was a lot of politicking resentment towards guys who were super popular on the internet. Guys who were like so popular that they were like, well, like WWE basically saying like, no, we'll teach you how to do things and we will decide who gets over, not you. Where in the case of CM Punk, like that guy immediately over with the crowd, you know, he had the equity from being that internet darling and it gave him an amazing first half of his career in WWE.
When was your first, and we talk about this all the time, when was the first time you were introduced to him? Because I know specifically the first time I heard who he was and then I saw who he was.
I think it was the Eddie Ring of Honor match that he had.
Well, no, it was IWA.
Okay.
IWA Mid-South. Okay, so that was 2001.
Yeah, so whatever that was.
2001, 2002. 2002?
Yeah.
It was him, Ray, and Eddie, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so that it was probably around that time.
Yeah.
Maybe for me too. Like maybe a little before, maybe a little after. But the name was resonating online. And then I saw him. And also
his matches with Samoa Joe. Yeah.
And then I saw him.
Yeah.
And it was not what was presented to me.
Right, because you didn't see I had the opposite.
You saw him first.
It was like, check this guy out. Awesome. Saw him, was like, great, that's cool. I think you got a little bamboozled and you thought this guy was going to be like a Triple H Shawn Michaels hybrid.
Yes. You hit the nail on the head. I have to tell you, I'm sitting at my desk in my bedroom with my compact Passario.
Ooh, yeah.
And I have my RVD poster on the wall and I'm looking it up and obviously it's the early days of the internet. You're reading the forums, you're not seeing a video. Right. I thought he was going to be this jacked up Triple H Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. You were like, oh, the perfect combination of Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Here I
No.
come. And then you got a relatively skinny guy from Chicago.
And I got an angry skinny guy from Chicago. But it all worked out for him because he's unbelievable.
Yeah, good for him. Do you think he should take that title?
I think he should take that title, yeah.
I think him and Cody should be the faces of the company for the next 6 months at least.
Yeah, I think that Punk having that title does not do any harm. It only is a positive.
Right.
So Jay says that he's done listening to everybody else, like Roman and Jimmy, and he's going to think for himself. Punk praises Jay for having what it takes by throwing Jay over the top in the Battle Royal. He asked Jay how far he's willing to go. So, Saturday night's main event, right?
Yep.
We'll see what happens. Intercontinental title. Wrong. That's a different company.
Yeah.
Intercontinental #1 contendership match. Rusev versus Penta ended in a no contest when El Grande Americano, Rayo, and Bravo attacked.
This was fun. I for some reason the matchup between Rusev and a Penta really tickled me.
I want Rusev in a luchador gimmick.
Did Miro face Penta in AEW ever?
Did Miro and Penta have a match in AEW? Someone could look that up. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I want it to be El Grande Bulgario. Bulgarino, yeah. El Grande Bulgarino. That should be his new name.
So the Grande Americanos showed up and attacked everybody. That was a good ending. Nice little schmaz ending.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. It was a no contest. Roxanne Perez defeated Nikki Bella.
Your favorite. Yeah, there
you can look, but you can't touch. No.
Save that for Friday.
Save that for Friday. Maybe Andy Bella will come back. Stephanie McCare makes the save. Yeah, for Nikki after the match. Nikki's looking good. She's
Yeah.
Yeah,
good for her.
Every time my wife she sees any of the women that come back, right? Mm-hmm. She goes, "Look, she can't jump. It gets harder and harder to jump after having kids."
Yeah.
My wife can't jump anymore.
And the older you get too, jumping's kind of hard.
I mean, she can jump. It's just not as high. My wife used to do CrossFit. She can't do half the shit she used to.
Oh, wow.
Me, on the other hand, I'm jumping to the moon.
Yeah. You got big ups.
I got big ups. I'm dunking.
Huge.
I'm dunking.
I've never seen anyone jump as high as Andrew.
I'm dunking. I'm flying through the air. You have to see me.
You're like Spud Webb.
I'm like Spud McKenzie.
What a beautiful dog.
Beautiful dog. Stephanie Vaquer makes a save for Nikki after the match. Raquel Rodriguez and Vaquer go face-to-face before Raquel backs away as Nikki gets up. Jimmy Uso confronts Jey Uso backstage. Jimmy's upset that Jay threw him out of the Battle Royal after he saved him. I'm over the Jimmy Uso feud with Jay. I don't want to see
Same here.
It sucked when they originally did it at that WrestleMania. They had that terrible match. I don't want to see them separate. You don't have to split everybody.
Right.
It doesn't do any good for Jimmy.
Exactly. I think just stay away from that for a while. Because it's a little too much at this point,
Yeah. Roxanne did get rocked a few times in that match.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Braun Breaker defeated LA Knight.
Solid match.
Yeah. You'd want to talk about a featured champion. It's Braun Breaker.
Oh, yeah. I think both these guys, man. I think LA Knight is in that weird intercontinental title spot where that Stone Cold was in.
Yeah. Why not take the plunge, though? Why not take the plunge on him? I think about this. You got two titles here, right? You got two titles. Cody obviously is the world's champion. He's the WWE face, right? Right? You have the ability to do some fun experimenting here with a guy like LA Knight, with fan favorites. You have a chance to do something with the fan favorites to see if it moves anything. Yeah. CM Punk winning the world title will be a positive for the company. That is for sure, right? He isn't just a guy to experiment with. He's a guy to add more prestige.
Right. And he'll sell more. He'll sell tickets.
And he'll sell tickets, absolutely. As world champion, maybe he'll sell a little bit more.
Yeah.
But a guy like LA Knight that, he obviously has the popularity. It's a lot of like the crowd likes him, but there's resistance at that top to make that call.
Right.
Why not try it, man? Why not?
I think he should be the next experiment because Jay seemed like he was the first experiment with that title where, he had the entrance, he had the hype, and they pulled the trigger on him, I think LA Knight within the next year will probably hold that title. But it has to be, I feel like the title stuff always, the title stuff gets a little wonky during the year depending on where they're touring, right? So
yeah,
I think putting the title on Punk, wherever they go, they're going to sell more tickets, right? During a lull in a schedule, probably they'll put the title on somebody else. You know what I mean? I feel like it always, like how they used to put the title on Ray whenever they did the Mexico tour.
Yeah.
And then he'd lose it as soon as they came back.
And he'd drop it. But, I'm not against, I don't love ping-ponging that world title, but I'm not against ping-ponging the world title, if that makes any sense to anybody.
Hot potato is great sometimes. We need some good hot potato.
You need a good hot potato, for sure.
The last time I think they hot potatoed it was Punk, right? It was Punk winning and then Seth cashing in.
Yeah. So, and that does count as a win for him.
Yeah.
That does count as a win.
Still a world champ. Still counts as a title win.
Yeah. What else happened here?
Apparently, Adam Pearce tells Dominic he'll be defending the IC title against Penta and Rusev in a triple threat match at Saturday night's main event. That's going to be fun.
He's over. He's one of the most over in the company.
Dominic? Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just wait until that true babyface turn where he teams with his dad.
What if he teams with his dad, but his dad becomes like a dirty Dom?
That would be hysterical.
They both come out like dirty Mysterios.
Mm-hmm. The dirty Mysterios?
Yeah, the dirty Mysterios. Why not? I love it. Good job, Adrian. See, I love my idea. It's fantastic.
There you go. The dirty Mysterios. We had also JD McDonough defeating Sheamus. Very strong match.
Yeah. Sheamus is good.
Sheamus can go, man. I still want to see Sheamus in Japan.
Why not?
I want to see this guy doing strong styles all over the place.
Yeah, he'd probably do really well there. They would love him.
Yeah. Judgment Day gets their title rematch at the request of AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Did you have this on your bingo card where AJ Styles and DragonLee are the WWE Tag Team Champs?
I did not think AJ Lee would be the tag
exactly.
Champion. I think it's hysterical. I wonder if they really were like, hey, you know what? That is funny.
Probably.
What was his tag team in WCW? MJ.
Who? AJ Styles?
Yeah. Air Bud?
His tag team partner was Air Paris.
So was it Air Styles?
It was Air
Styles.
It'll come to me in a second.
I
2
think
seconds away from falling asleep.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he's dying. I think it was Air Styles.
Yeah, somebody in the chat.
Someone
knows.
in the chat. I totally.
Someone in the chat knows.
I'll be able to tell you in a second here. Give me a sec.
Not only did MG stay up and watch the game, he also played 3 innings last night. That's why he's so tired.
Yeah.
He was the angel in the outfield.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold
please.
on, people.
This is amazing content watching you look stuff up right now.
I know.
On your 14.8 modem.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you using? A US Robotics 28.8 modem?
Oh yeah, there you go, Andrew. Give it to him. Drill him with that old school knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not called Air Styles.
It was Air Styles. Okay, thank you.
Mm.
WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair defeated Bayley and Lyra.
Great.
This was a very good match. I have to tell you, I can't believe I'm saying that. I like this tag team now.
You come around. You've come around to
I just told MG. I had hated this. I did not want them tagged together, and now after yesterday, I really liked it, and I think this is the best babyface, I guess, that Charlotte's been.
Sure. Yeah, well, you know the turn's coming.
Alexa Bliss's top got stuck on Lyra's hair, and they had to perform an emergency garment surgery to take the top off so she could continue. It got stuck. After the match, by the way, Asuka and Kairi attacked.
That was a good ending. That was a good ending. I do like seeing whatever Asuka has done since her recent return. It's working. It's firing on all cylinders. I love it.
Yeah. This poker chip. What do you make of this?
I think WWE is going to be doing Double or Nothing next year. 2026. Imagine if Tony Khan didn't copyright any of the titles for the pay-per-views,
and they're just doing all of them.
They're just sweeping in, doing all the poker-related, gambling-related ones. That's all in. WWE's all in. WWE Double or Nothing.
So this started over the weekend. I guess it was. It started on Sunday with just feet walking, and everybody was trying to determine whose feet it was. Yeah. I will tell you, they were not mine, because that first vignette that they put out, he was wearing loafers, and I do not wear. I show ankles. I wear no-show socks, and I like my slacks a little short to show the ankle.
Yeah.
So that was not
capris.
Me.
You'd wear capris if you could.
I just wear capris and quarter-inch sleeves. I'm like a house mom from 1998.
I feel like people are going nuts because it's a guy wearing jeans, and they're like, "Oh, Brock Lesnar wears jeans. So he's the only guy that can wear jeans."
It's most likely a promo for WrestleMania, not a story.
Yeah, and like who's gonna be there, or even Rumble, right? Like, or the Hall of Fame, right? Wasn't there like wasn't like Paul Heyman like tweaking his ring?
He was tweaking his ring, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people also said it could tease Jericho. Like maybe it's Jericho wearing jeans.
A lot of people thought it's a tease for Jericho. Yeah.
Jericho never did a jeans gimmick, right?
He's come out in jeans.
Has he come out in jeans?
I think he's come out in jeans.
I don't remember Jericho ever wearing blue jeans.
I just
maybe for a street
Levi's.
Fight.
I never owned a pair of Levi's. I started buying Levi's.
Really?
Yeah.
Never owned a pair. Wow.
511s, 512s. I forgot which one I got. I never had a pair of Levi's.
Wow. Where did you get them from?
Amazon. Nice and tight. I like them skinny and tight.
You know, those aren't any Levi's that you get outside of Levi's are not true Levi's, apparently.
Really?
They are made for whatever store is selling them.
That's
so if you get Levi,
that's very interesting.
If you get Levi's at Target, it's Levi's made for Target. That's why they're cheaper, right? If you get Levi's, the Amazon ones might be straight up Levi's. If they're,
it might be.
Did you pay like $90 for them?
I don't remember. Let's see. Straight jeans. Yeah, slim and skinny. Which ones are these? Let's see what I paid for these.
You get them 510s.
So yeah, I paid. Yeah, these are the ones. Yeah, 511s. 511s. I paid $69.
If they're on the higher end, those are the actual Levi's. If you go to like Target or like another store, it's Levi's made for that store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
I found that out at the Levi's store downtown. They were like, "Oh yeah, this is the deal," and I was like, "Oh, interesting."
I thought you found out in Salem. Some witch told you.
Let me tell you about those jeans, young man. All right.
So ghoulish.
Mm-hmm.
So ghoulish. Did you see Io Sky was in Japan?
Yeah, very excited to see what happens there.
So this was interesting. So she wrestled against Mayu Iwatani, which is like a legend, right? For Marigold's Grand Destiny on Sunday. It was a really good match. I mean, listen, Io looked amazing, and she did every freaking move that she has not done in WWE.
Oh yeah.
But I watched it this morning, and I was like, Mayu should have done more. Like she took all of it. Like she took all of it. It was an Io Sky display.
Yeah.
Which I guess it's fine, because she's the attraction. But
right.
I very much like this new way of doing business for them, where they're allowing the talent to go and explore.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say, this is not because TKO is thinking like, oh, we want to be nice to our wrestlers and have them play and do other things.
Yeah.
This is obviously a very big a show, I guess, a show to prevent any kind of pointing of fingers at monopoly, pointing of fingers at non-competes.
Right.
This Andrade non-compete is wacky. To freeze someone out a year after they leave the company, regardless of being fired or not, considering they are not employees. They are 1099s. I'm very curious if anybody's going to really take them to court and set precedents on this.
That would be interesting. Now, did you uncover any more about the Andrade situation, or is it?
No, he has a term on his contract. But you know who else had that? Renee had that on her contract. I think she had like a year. She had a year on her contract. And
wow,
Samantha, Irving?
Yeah.
She had, I think, 2 years on her contract, and she's done. Her 1 year is done.
Wow.
Listen, man, I'm all... we don't get into this stuff, but to freeze someone out for 2 years and not pay them, you're not being paid. It's not a 90-day thing. You're not being paid for that time frame.
Right.
So, you're going to, can you imagine telling a doctor after he leaves a firm, he leaves a practice that he can't, they have that, right? They have those non-competes where you can't open up something within X amount of miles. You can't go work at the clinic down the block, but those are employees.
Yeah.
They're not 1099s.
Right. And everybody in WWE is a 1099, right?
No, there's no wrestler that's an employee.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a Triple H, and you would do both, or you would have, some of them were, but not.
Yeah.
They were separate. Actually, they were separate contracts. Employment contracts are different than your performer contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Your entertainer contracts are very different. So I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. But this is something interesting now, that they're allowing talent to go and work at these shows. Nakamura, Tanahashi, could you do that? I think you could.
I think so. Now they let Nakamura do Muta, which was awesome.
In Noah, not in New Japan.
Yeah. I think they could let him do one if he wants to, right?
Yeah, we'll see. John Cena, 4 appearances left before he retires. November 10th in Boston, November 17th here in New York City. Where are they? Are they at the Garden? No.
I want to say yeah.
Yeah, they are at the Garden. Yep.
Yeah.
You got
November
Survivor
29th.
Series in San Diego, and you got Saturday night's main event retirement match in DC.
Isn't that crazy? So, I kind of want like a big old Survivor Series match for John Cena.
What do you want him to do?
Raw versus SmackDown, and then
my God,
somebody picks John Cena.
I don't know, man. I don't. Do I believe that this is his final match on December 13th? No, I don't believe that.
Not for all time. I think again he'll come back as like something, an attraction at some point, right?
They're going to Saudi Arabia, You don't think they're going to try to get John Cena out for that one?
I'm sure they will. Because like much like Shawn Michaels, it doesn't count if it's in Saudi Arabia.
It doesn't count if it's in Saudi Arabia. A lot of things don't count apparently if it happens there. People are.
Is he going to be on one of the War Games teams?
Oh, maybe he could be in one of the War Games teams. Yeah, but I don't know. You need to.
I think a singles match for him would be better to isolate.
So who's his final opponent?
If they can get The Rock, get The Rock.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. For Saturday night's main event, who's his final opponent?
Yeah, it's got to be big.
Through everybody.
Or do you think they're going to do one final Brock Lesnar match where he beats Brock Lesnar?
Oh my God, I don't want to see that.
Right.
I don't want to see that. But who else is left?
Yeah.
Gunther.
How
do you have him? I mean,
Baron Corbin, baby.
Yeah, wild.
I think if you're going to go big, there's a lot of things you could do. You could have like people coming out of the woodwork saying, I want John's last match, right?
I love that.
Cody, Randy, and let's say Brock Lesnar, fatal 4-way, John Cena's last match, and John Cena destroys everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who it could be that you're gonna say, oh my God, you know what? We've wanted to see this, and we got it, and it was incredible.
Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't know. Maybe it's probably gonna be someone there, unless they build a program where someone's like, I wanna kill you. I want to be your last guy. I want to take you out.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Undertaker player?
That would be hysterical. John Cena versus The Undertaker in Saudi Arabia.
No, I would do it at the last show, at the December 13th show.
John Cena versus The Undertaker, December 13th. I don't know, man. It's got to be special, right? You would want it to be special. And I also feel like after that AJ Styles match, man, it's gonna be a lot to top.
Well, the AJ Styles match, but you know what? The Sami Zayn match.
Oh, forget it. Yeah,
that could have been a fantastic last opponent for him. Obviously, they had to do what they did, but. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out.
Cena having straight bangers at the end of his career.
Yeah. NXT tonight. Kalani Jordan defends against Jordan Grace, the TNA Knockouts title. So weird.
I think Jordan takes it.
You got 3 promotions in one. WWE Evolve Women's title on the line. Kendall Gray against Lash Legend. Men's Speed Tournament title. Jasper Troy and Axiom. And you got Tavon Heights and Miles Bourne.
Great.
So this is a hybrid of whatever this is.
Yeah, whatever this is.
By the way, we're going to do some questions at the end of the show, guys.
Yeah, get your questions ready.
I'm looking forward to the Saturday night's main event. This card looks pretty good.
It does.
This
Dominic
Saturday.
versus Penta and Rusev.
Love it.
Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill.
Okay.
Great. World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk versus Jey Uso in that vacated title. And the undisputed WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. Who takes that? Cody retains, right?
Cody retains, yeah. But the bigger question is, do you put the title on Punk?
Yeah,
I have a question for you.
Yeah,
sure.
Go ahead, MG.
What do you guys think of the Drew McIntyre's character now? This kind of woe is me character he's been doing for almost a couple years now.
Yeah,
right?
they're gonna have to move away from it. He's a guy that's done so much there, and the trajectory of his entire career shifted because of the pandemic.
You know what I would like? You ready?
Yeah.
This is going to be my little booking, and it's not fantastical, but it makes sense.
It makes sense for you. Yeah.
Cody beats Drew.
Okay.
Right? Punk beats Jay.
Okay.
Little fresh coat of paint on Drew. He shows up on Monday Night Raw and does the big boot to CM Punk, and there's your
I like that a lot. Yeah, I think
title feud.
You know what? I would go back to that for the world title. I would.
Right. Yeah.
I no problem with that. I
think
I don't mind that.
For me, that makes sense. Like Drew's done all he could on SmackDown. Let's go back to Raw. Have him do a little program with Punk. I feel like that, you can go back to those guys. They had I gotta say, they had a pretty decent feud. I know you didn't like the bracelet thing, but I think it's cooled off long enough where they can go back to hating each other again.
Yeah, I like the match. The matches were fine. The bracelet thing, it became too much for me. Like, what it became was CM Punk was being a dumb babyface and was so distracted by this fake thing that he was consumed by it, and he made mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
That bothered me.
That Four Corners match was really awesome.
That was probably the best one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I hate a Four Corners match.
Yeah. That was an incredible match.
Yeah, that really was a great strap match. I really, really liked it. They did it. It just tells you, the gimmick could be bad, but if the performers are smart, then you could put it on. You could do something great. Yeah. Let's see. All Elite Wrestling debuted its latest commercial. The tagline is AEW, where wrestlers work. I love this.
Love it.
It was similar to the old Sports Center, commercials on ESPN, where the wrestlers were in the office. This was done really. Hobbs on the laptop doing the P&Ls
Fantastic.
is fantastic. I really, whoever worked on that, which I do know who worked on that, did a home run of a job. Home run.
Yeah.
AEW Fright Night Dynamite in Texas this Wednesday. I want them to do a Halloween gimmick episode where everybody is in different gimmicks.
I would love that too.
Do a gimmick roulette.
Didn't the Bucks and Kenny do that every year? They would do different costumes.
They would do costumes, yeah.
Yeah.
Samoa
This
Joe,
looks
Bobby
like
Lashley.
it's gonna be a fun show.
This looks like, dude, look at this match. Samoa Joe, Bobby Lashley, Ricochet, Hook in a 4-way for number 1 contendership.
The best. Let's
Great.
need Bobby Lashley to win. Bobby Lashley or Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Kind of need Bobby Lashley to win this.
I don't want Bobby Lashley to win it. I kind of need him to win this.
Kind of need him to win this. And I want that Bobby Lashley versus Hangman match to happen, which is something that we've never dreamed of.
People get so mad at me when I'm like, I want Bobby Lashley to have that title.
Yeah.
Because it's so absurd. He's so big.
Yeah, he's the biggest.
He's the biggest of them all. Don Cal's Family Summit. AEW Women's Tag Title Tournament quarterfinals. Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata versus Sisters of Sin, which is Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Young Bucks, Nicholas and Matthew versus FTR versus the Jurassic Express versus Jet Speed in a 4-way number 1 contendership.
Awesome.
Great.
And the
Great.
Bucks are still broke.
And the Bucks are still broke. They're constantly broke. You're gonna have to turn them.
Yeah, they're going to become baby faces out of this, I think, is the play here.
I think they should.
You had that interaction with Kenny last week, right? Where Kenny's like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah, at the pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. What are you doing?
Yeah. So, and I'm looking forward to the Summit, the Cal's Family Summit, because Takeshita and Okada is going to be a tremendous match.
Oh, forget it.
But where does it happen?
Yeah.
Where do you do this?
What's the next AEW pay-per-view?
Full Gear. In what, 2 weeks?
Okay.
So I guess maybe you could do. I don't know. Have they said what the Tokyo Dome main event is? Yeah, I would make that the main event at the Tokyo Dome.
Just straight up Wrestle Kingdom.
I would
Okada versus Takeshita.
I would do Okada against Takeshita at Wrestle Kingdom because it is your current champion. It's a win-win for AEW. Like, actually, it's a win-win for everybody. Like, this is the first time that someone that is not part of your promotion is holding your world title and could face someone that is not your promotion in your main event, and everybody would be totally happy, and it would not matter because Okada's Okada and Takeshita's Takeshita.
I think you can do like a reverse Forbidden Door in that have AEW guys dominate that Wrestle Kingdom next year.
Listen, for New Japan's sake, I think anything other than the status quo will be a positive here.
100%.
All right.
Well, the big play at Wrestle Kingdom this year is Tanahashi's
retirement.
So,
yes, but you know that's fine. But you need to do more. I find.
Did they name his opponent yet or no?
Who, Tanahashi's?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. That would be a good one. Who
is this 20? Is this Wrestle Kingdom 20 or 21? 20.
Who would you pit Tanahashi against?
It's his retirement, so I mean, listen, a Nakamura, if you could do it, you're gonna have to bring somebody. It can't just be like Yota Tsuji. You know what I mean?
This is 2020. This is Wrestle Kingdom 21 coming up.
Yeah, is this 21? No, 20. Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom 20.
Huh.
Yes.
January 4th, 2020. Oh, my bad. Yeah, okay. So it's got to be bigger than everything. Who do you pit Tanahashi against?
I really can I do my fantasy booking?
Please, yeah.
I would go Nakamura. Or I would go Okada. Or I would go Okada.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be someone that matters. And I always say this, like, this is the same John Cena situation here. It can't be a Baron Corbin.
Right.
Right? It's not going to be Evil versus Evil is with Aaron Wolf, I think, in that match. But it has to be someone from his past. It has to be someone that he has had a program with.
What about like a future competitor, like Shooter, let's say?
Oh, you could do that too. Yeah, you could do a future competitor, but you're going to want, because remember, Tanahashi is very banged up.
Yeah.
And he's going to go all out on this, but, you know, you could do Okada if you don't want to have Okada and Takeshita have that match in that main event for the title. You could do him and Okada, and they do this nice, you know, passing of the torch thing. That was their whole program anyway.
Right.
You know, so you could do that. You could involve Kenny in some way. Maybe Kenny gets involved.
Do you get towards Tanahashi, do you get an "I'm sorry, I love you" spot?
Depends who's in it.
Here's a good opponent, I think, for Tanahashi, which I don't know if it makes sense, but it's something I wouldn't mind seeing again. Moxley.
You know what? You could do Jon Moxley also, for sure. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this Wrestle Kingdom. I hope this is some sort of a awakening for this company.
Yeah.
Because they do have a world champion that is at a very, very high tier world champion.
Yeah.
You know, as I'm talking about Takeshita.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about the legacy of that title, and you know, you had Tanahashi, you had Naito, you had Okada, right? Those were the three that held that title back and forth.
Yeah.
Having Tanahashi or Takeshita be that guy and have that title for a while. You know, he's young enough and he's healthy enough and he's real and he's good enough to be that guy that could carry it.
And I think he brings a lot of that youthful energy with him.
He does.
You know,
he does.
Because a lot of that New Japan roster has been there for a million years.
Listen, he could be what Ishii never was for them. Ibushi never was for them.
Oh my God, yeah.
He could be what Ibushi never could have been for them. Ibushi
he had a hard.
He didn't want to commit. He doesn't like to belong to a company. And it's
he
very
had
hard
a
to get pushed.
Road too. Yeah.
Very hard road. Very hard road. The injuries did not help. There's a lot of stuff. Listen, I would have said, you know what? I really like Yota Tsuji. I've said this a million times. I would have bet money on that he would have been in the world, you know, a world title contender or a world champion already.
Yeah.
Like long term. But you don't know what goes on backstage. You don't know what people are really like.
Right.
There is a wrestler. I'll tell you this. This is a WWE wrestler, and I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to tell you from what time frame or anything, right? But I spoke to somebody that knows a lot there, and we were talking about, you know, they were obviously wrestling fan. They're involved in wrestling, and we were talking about like why certain people get certain things and other people don't. He goes, listen, it comes down to a couple things. One is drive. Two is politicking, right? Couple things. Politicking, the drive, and if you really want it. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, do you know how many people, like, they do their job and they do a great job at their job, but that is it. That's all they care about is to go in there. You ask them to do something, they do it, and they don't care to become a world champion. They like the fact that they have a job for the last 15 years and they're getting paid tremendous money.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, if you're getting paid $3.5-4 million a year and you're like 12 years into your career, or 13 years. I'm throwing numbers. Like, you don't even have to deep dive to find out who I'm talking about. Like, I'm just throwing random numbers here. You know, you've done it for 13 years. You're making anywhere from $2 million to $4 million a year. You like your schedule. You like the fact where you are on the card, or you don't even care. Why are you going to shake things up?
Right. It comes with the added pressure of being on top is tremendous. Right. If you ever watch any of those Cody podcast interviews, like he touches on that a little bit, where he pulls the curtain back and he's like, you know, John Cena was the best at being champ because he did every single thing that was asked of him. You know, little to no sleep, doing media in the morning.
Yeah.
working out, like doing all that stuff that comes with a title belt, you know? I'm sure it's a little different in Japan,
You
but
have to
still,
have, you gotta have
yeah,
a very specific personality to be a successful world champion.
yeah,
That's really what it comes down to. It is hard to describe. It's not even having it. It's not a matter of
right,
it. Because you know who had it? Kurt Hennig had it. Ted DiBiase had it. Rick Martel had it.
right.
Kerry Von Erich had it. There's so many people
Mhm.
that had it. And it's just not, it's a very different it to be the guy. Like, and I'm not even talking about hot potatoing a title on you. I'm talking about the guy that carries the company. Like a Cody,
Yeah.
like a Steve Austin, like a Rock, like a Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. Like these people,
Yeah.
You are cut very differently.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I love this stuff.
It really
like
is.
You know, it is a fascinating business. It is funny.
It really is. And also with this specific belt, the IWGP, like the new version of the belt,
I hate it.
Takeshita is only the 14th champ since its inauguration, because this is, you got to remember, it's the unified Intercontinental and IWGP Championship.
Yeah, I hate this title.
That's the
hate how it
visual of it.
looks.
If it was bigger, I feel like I'd like it more.
Yeah, I
Just
like
a
the
little
version.
wider,
What is it,
right?
the version
Yeah.
3? The version 3, the IWGP version 3 or 4, whatever. I think it was a version 4 or 3. The big one, beautiful title.
Yeah,
Don't change it.
yeah. But
Tell
14
Tony not to
champs
change
since
his title either.
14 champs since 2021. You know, and you had a little back and forth. 2 times Zack Sabre Jr. You had Mox thrown in there, Okada a couple of times, Jay White, and Ibushi being the inaugural champ. I think Takeshita having this belt is good for everybody across the board, AEW and New Japan.
Yeah.
You want to do some questions?
Let's do some questions. Ask your question in the chat room. We will do our best to answer them. If you have any,
Do we have
We
any?
don't have a
Do we
lot
have
yet.
any questions?
We have a couple, but I'm going to turn this into a question.
Okay.
This
Okay.
one by American Made. Basically, he's asking about the Tyler Black, the Aleister Black and Zelina Vega gimmick, and he's saying it's a ripoff of Karrion Kross and Scarlett, which he's probably right. But what do you guys think of that gimmick?
I think you melted Andrew's brain.
Did I?
Yeah, I think you melted Andrew's brain, and this is what we're getting. Drew dust. This is how we should end the show.
Idiot Coco made this mask. He's an idiot, right, Coco? Do you agree?
I wouldn't say idiot. I think he's a lovable goof.
He's an idiot.
Do you call him an idiot to his face?
Yeah. Idiot Coco. I literally call him that. Kross came out with another documentary. Funny how they gave Black and Vega their gimmick. Yeah, they did. Yeah. I mean, you could work that into a feud, which would make sense. Yeah. I don't know what to do with him, man. I think Karrion, he's great. I like his character. His in-ring is good.
In another timeline, it would be Karrion Kross versus LA Knight for the world title.
In another timeline, yeah.
In another timeline, right? If you didn't have Cody or CM Punk returning, I feel like you have 2 guys right there that could be world champs.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, that's the interesting thing about NXT. Like, why can't you utilize that brand for this stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's developmental, but
is it even developmental anymore? Like, what's?
I don't know. You know, I don't. Would you rather see a Karrion Kross versus Aleister Black for the NXT World Championship, or would you rather see Trick Williams and Ricky Saint that we just saw?
I like Karrion Kross versus Aleister Black tickles my fancy.
It tickles me too.
Right. I'd like to see that. I also think NXT needs to get back to that. There was a pocket where this was like I want to say post Drew McIntyre. There was like a little pocket where match quality was so tremendous that you couldn't wait to see
In
guys on the main
NXT?
roster. Right.
Oh, like 2016, 17,
Like
2016, 17, 18.
I think
Like
that's when Adam Cole
Gargano.
had the title.
Yeah, when Gargano and Ciampa were feuding, like
Yes.
the post Samoa Joe, Nakamura, Sami Zayn era, where you had Adam Cole, you had his faction, you had the two guys I just mentioned, like it was DIY going at it with each other. It was something super interesting where you're like, I can't wait to see these guys on a bigger stage. But unfortunately, when those guys got to the bigger stage, the ball was severely dropped.
Yeah.
Same thing with a lot of those guys, like DIY when they first debuted on the main roster, they immediately got sent back down to NXT, right?
Yeah.
The Vampire guys.
Oh, the Vampire guys. Yeah.
Who could have been super over if they just said, hey, we kind of don't want to take everybody's finisher right now. And that was the end of them.
Oh, the Ascension.
The
Ascension.
So dope on NXT.
No,
right?
no. You know what killed him? You know what killed him? Scott Hall spooky fingered him, and that was it.
Yeah.
And JBL destroyed them. They came out like goofs.
Yeah.
When you start saying they're low rent road warriors, who does that benefit?
Exactly. But it's that mentality, right? It was that WWE mentality at the time where like they kept a lot of these guys down. Tyler Breeze, another good example, man. You were so hyped to see him on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And they just didn't know what to do with the guy. Book him like you booked him on NXT, right? Like I feel like there's like that weird sentiment there. Now in NXT, one, I'm not 100% like on top of what's going on, and I'm sure you're not either.
I'm not a fan of NXT.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. First of all, there's nothing wrong with NXT. I just don't like it. I don't think the wrestling is great. I don't think the characters are great. I think it's very vanilla. They're all fine. Everybody is fine. They have some gems. Obviously, they have gems. Obviously, there is some really good stuff happening there. But they're diamonds in the rough.
Yeah. Ricky Saints, I think, is a great addition. Ethan Page is a fantastic addition to it. I would, and we talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago when we did the last show. Danhausen in NXT, genius move if that ever happens. Right?
Danhausen on the main roster, dude. Sell the merch.
Yeah.
Can I show you my toys first? Can I show you my toys?
Please, yeah.
I got this. I
Very
got Weapon
nice.
X.
Sweet.
Okay.
Weapon X Funko. Love it.
Yeah. I got a Weapon X Funko. My son's.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this. Oh no, my mood is falling. And I got this.
Yeah.
Age of Apocalypse Wolverine.
Very cool.
Who cut off his arm? Do you remember?
Cyclops.
Was it? I thought it was
Yeah,
Quicksilver.
Cyclops.
I thought it was
No,
Quicksilver.
I think Cyclops blasted his hand off.
Huh. I thought it was Quicksilver.
Pretty positive about that. Man, you're making me doubt myself, but
No. I don't think you should doubt yourself. Someone look that up. MG, look that up. Cut Wolverine's hand in Age of Apocalypse. Let's
hand
find out.
Off. AOA. Yeah, it was Cyclops.
It was okay.
Yeah, he optic blasted it.
One of those.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
was like,
what do we have? Anything else or no?
Yes, we got a couple more
Okay,
questions.
let's do 'em.
Let's finish up.
All right.
This is actually a good one.
Ask Beyond the Bell. It seems like a lot of TNA contracts are expiring in a couple of months. Where do you see the talent like Ali, Steve Macklin, Santana, Hardys, Rascals, etc. signing? Will TNA re-sign them? Well, right now the big question would be, what the hell's going on with TNA? They're on hiatus.
Yeah.
So it really depends on if they get a TV deal.
Yeah.
Steve Macklin is good.
Yeah. Santana's. I would love to see Santana in NXT. What do you do with the Hardys? Are the Hardys in the Hall of Fame yet? Yeah.
The Hardy, by the way, can I give a little plug to John Alba?
Sure.
John Alba and the Hardys are hosting a event at Connolly's.
Nice.
You've been to Connolly's. I've been to Connolly's a billion times.
Yeah.
In the city, 121 West 45th Street on November 22nd. this Saturday from 11 to 4:30. Join WWE icons, the Hardys live for an Extreme Life of Matt Hardy podcast and a Jeff Hardy concert.
It's the Hardy Party.
The Hardy Party. You got a VIP meet and greet and a lot more. This is interesting. So it starts 11:30 to 12:30. You got the Extreme Life of Matt Hardy podcast taping with John Alba and Matt Hardy. John's going to be there. Jeff Hardy acoustic concert from 12:30 to 1:30, and then the VIP meet and greet at 1:30. So they're in the tri-state area. This is a pretty.
Yeah.
I love this bar. Listen, it's an old man Irish bar. Love it.
Oh yeah.
I'm there all the time. It's on 45th Street. My office is on 39th. I stop by all the time. You guys should definitely stop by if you're in the New York area. I'm putting
it's $55.
I'm putting that no good John Alba over.
I know.
All right.
What else do we have here?
I don't know.
Answer the question.
Yeah, I don't know. It really depends. It really depends on if they're re-signing. But like Rich said, someone like Ali, Steve Macklin, Santana, they would be great to be in WWE or in the main roster or on the NXT roster.
And Hardys aren't in the WWE Hall of Fame yet, so I feel like that's going to be an induction this year.
Yeah,
the next year or whatever.
I mean, might as well. You know.
Yeah.
Might as well do it.
We got one more. Any update on what AJ Lee will do next? Are they saving her for an upcoming PLE?
I don't know. That's a very good question. It's not a one-off, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
This was not a one-off, so she's going to be doing something.
But wasn't the rumor she was going to be in the War Games match?
That was the rumor.
I don't know where that's gone because they kind of haven't mentioned her at all. So
there's so many people that she could be facing, like her and Charlotte, her and all of them. You know?
Yeah.
Because she should stay. You know, here's another thing. Is Saraya ever going to come back? Is Paige ever coming back?
Right.
You know, these are good questions. So I don't know. I think the story with AJ is going to be you have to set her up for success. You can't have her just out there. And she has not wrestled in a very long time. And sometimes it just, you know, if you're building to a singles program, you better be ready.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that I'm not saying that she's not ready, but maybe you want her to kind of do some more things and kind of get in the flow a little bit more before you activate a major program.
Yeah, it's not just a one and done.
A tag match is, you know, listen, you know, I could look, with the right people involved, I could look great in a fucking tag match.
Yeah.
You know who I'd pick as my tag partner? Lance Storm.
There you go.
That's who I want as my tag partner.
What would your tag team be called?
A Storm's a Bruin.
There you go.
I just come out drunk. That's the difference. I have a drunk gimmick. I'm a beer maker.
You're a bad boy. Oh, you're a Bruce Smith?
I'm a Bruce Smith, yeah. Anything else here?
I have one.
Touch on?
Yeah, I have one last question. It's a good one to end it on.
Okay.
Because it's kind of foreshadowing a little bit.
Mm.
Who do you want to see win the men's and women's Royal Rumble?
Well, Cadillac Carson himself.
I would have gone with CM Punk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Dominic.
Dominic's good. I think LA Knight.
You're going LA Knight. Okay. How about for the women? And you got Braun Breaker. Okay. You know what? I like all of them. How about for the women?
Let's go either Rhea Ripley or Alexa Bliss.
Maybe AJ
I think it's going to
Lee?
be returning. Could be her. Could be a returning Liv Morgan.
Could be a returning Liv Morgan. Yeah, because she's been out for some time, and I would love that. That would be great too.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could be Zarian for just one moment, that would be our line. And Lance would be the designated driver. I have to tell you, I had the best breakfast with Lance Storm a month ago. Was it a month ago? When TNA ran the show
3 months
here?
ago, dude.
Was it 3 months ago? 2 months ago?
A while ago. Yeah.
We went to Jackson Hall in Astoria.
On Bell.
No.
Oh,
Jackson
you
Hall.
went to
Yeah, in
Jackson
Astoria.
Hall, yeah.
Dude, it is a billion times better than any of the diners by us.
Oh, it's the most classic diner too.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. It's the diner in Goodfellas. My friend's dad, Constantine Pascalidis, his father owns it.
Nice. That's a mouthful.
Yeah. He's a lawyer now, Constantine. Good for him. We used to play. You know what Constantine and I used to play on his Gateway 2000. We used to play Microsoft Flight Simulator. Flight Simulator 96. We used to play.
Oh, those times, how they've gone.
How they?
You know what I miss?
Yeah. What?
I miss StarCraft. I miss StarCraft after school.
I miss StarCraft after school. I would only play Tower Defense though. I love playing Tower Defense StarCraft.
Yeah. I would get on my 28.8 with my buddies.
Oh boy.
And it worked. It worked. Like,
what would you play as?
I'd always be Terran.
I would always be Terran too. I wouldn't be a Zorg.
A Zerg?
Zerg. What were the other one? Palladians?
The Proteans, I think.
Proteans.
I would do the main story campaign as the Proteans. That was my favorite campaign, but if I was playing online, it would just be Terran all the way.
Harrius, what did you and Lance have? I had an omelet. I think I had a Greek omelet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't know what Lance had. We definitely got
16 cheeseburgers.
We got like the fry. We got the house fries, right?
Nice.
Lance had 16 cheeseburgers. Yeah. And you know those Jackson Hole burgers are big.
Yeah. He was carving up. He had a hard workout that day.
He told me he had to bring some to Tommy Dreamer, so yeah, loaded up. No, it was a good time. I mean, by the way, you want to talk about one of the nicest people you will ever encounter in your life, especially from professional wrestling. One of the most normal people, Lance Storm.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's going to yell at me for saying that. I'm exposing the business here. All right, guys, that's it for this week. Whoa, my sign's falling. We'll see you on Friday with a live Mat Men on the Mat Men channel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. All right, bye-bye.